Canada PR and work permit through RCIP. This is the topic of today. Today we are discussing the latest update from Canadian immigration, which is a positive update, and it can make your PR pathway possible in Canada as well if you are already inside Canada. It is a replacement of RNIP. RNIP is Rural Northern Immigration Pilot, which was closed last year, and IRCC wanted to make it permanent, but rather than making it permanent, they started a new program which is called RCIP. RCIP is Rural Community Immigration Pilot. So this is the new name of the program. This is just like old wine in a new bottle. Most of the things are similar in both these programs, but anyway, it is a program for us and we can get our PR through RCIP. It can make our pathway possible. As it is not a permanent program, it is a pilot program. So we can assume that it is going to stay for next 5 years. So it is almost permanent for us. It's not a problem. We can proceed for this particular program. So if you are going to study in any of the communities listed in rural areas in the list given in this particular program, if you are going to study there or if you are going to get experience in those communities, you can be eligible to get your PR through this particular program. So it is a really good program. Also in this video, I am going to discuss everything related to this particular program, that what kind of jobs you can do, how you can be eligible to get your PR without even having any experience in these communities, what can be the possibilities for the spouses to get PR after getting experience, and what is the distance of these communities from the major big cities, because if these communities are closer to the big cities, in that case your survival in these communities can be really easier. So I'm going to give you detailed information about this particular program in this video. So watch this video till the end. Hello everyone, welcome back to this YouTube channel GlobeXI Immigration. This is Jitendra Grover. In this video I am discussing these two programs. No, I am going to discuss this particular program, but these two programs were announced together by IRCC. New program for PR and work permit. So yes, it can lead to PR and it can lead to work permit as well, and both the programs are important. But second program I am not discussing in this particular video, because if you have done French, then there are other options of French as well. We can discuss this particular program separately, but both these programs were announced together. So, and this is also related to rural areas only, communities only, but we are not touching on this because it requires French language. And if you have French language, then this option can be there, other options can be there. So we can leave it for some other video. In this particular video, we are discussing about RCIP. RCIP is Rural Community Immigration Pilot Program, which is a replacement of RNIP. And most of the things are quite similar to the program, which was RNIP, Rural Northern Immigration Pilot. Last year, IRCC closed that program and they wanted to make it permanent. But they took almost 1 year to restart this particular program. Now the program is on. And this is the notification which we received yesterday about this particular program. And after the success, everything is written like same thing. After the success of RNIP, now we are making these new announcements related to RCIP, and all these things are written there. Nothing special. Let's move towards the important part of the program. So first thing is about the communities. Few communities are similar, few are new. So in Ontario, most of the communities are similar. North Bay is there, Sudbury is there, Timmins is there, Salt Mary is there, Thunder Bay is there. So most of the communities in Ontario, they are similar, and there are few new communities in other provinces. So Nova Scotia, I guess this is added. It was not in RNIP. This is added in Manitoba. So in Manitoba, communities are new. So there are communities which are new, and in Ontario, communities are repeated. So if you are going to study in these communities or going to get experience in these communities, in that case, it can lead to your PR, and you can get a work permit as well, work permit or work permit extension as well, if you are getting a reference letter from the community. So you can use it for PR and on the same side for work permit extension as well. Work permit system is similar to what we get as a bridging work permit when we submit your express entry file, and when we submit the entire application, all the documents, and then we can apply for our bridging work permit as well. Similar way, we can apply for work permit extension or for a new work permit, and it can help us in extending our stay in Canada. But you can work in the same community, that's it. But the concept is quite similar to bridging work permit. Similar to RCIP, there are communities listed for Francophone program as well, but we are not going through these communities. But these communities which are listed here, we are going to discuss in detail about these communities towards the end of the video as well. Next important part is who can apply for PR under this particular program. So there are two types of systems here. One is through experience, second is through study. So first is through experience. If you are going to have a valid job offer from a designated employer, and if you complete 1 year of experience, then you will be eligible. So spouses, if you are married, then your spouse can land here and can start working. Suppose you are studying a master's degree here in these communities, and you will become eligible to apply for PR. And if your spouse also get experience, then based on the experience of spouse can become the primary applicant and can apply for PR. So either student or spouse, if you are married, then you will get dual opportunity in this particular scenario. There are many universities which are in these particular communities. If you are going to study in those universities and get spouse visa as well, if you are studying 2 years of master degree spouse in Laurentian University, in that case you can become eligible to get your PR really quickly. So you can complete your master degree and can become eligible in this particular program. So you become the primary applicant here and your spouse becomes the secondary applicant. If your spouse gets spouse open work permit, spouse can become the primary applicant and spouse can make you secondary applicant to get the PR in Canada. If spouse is getting experience, then in this case as well, spouse can become primary applicant and get the PR for you. So it becomes dual benefit for you. If you are landing in these communities for your study, then you can get your PR through this particular program. Anyway, if you are not going with spouse, you are single, or if you have already completed your study somewhere else, then again you can move to these communities, get work experience, either you or the spouse. If you are married, if you are single, then you yourself can get experience of 1 year, and after getting your experience you can be eligible to get your PR under this particular PR program. So if you are getting your experience in a rural area, we are going to discuss about that part as well, how you can and where you can search for jobs and how you can get your PR quickly through this particular program. So if you are working in these particular communities and if you are getting 1 year of experience, even if you completed your study somewhere else, still you will become eligible to get your PR through RCIP program. So it can be a really useful program for you, no matter what kind of condition you are in. So whether you have already got your study visa, you are still applying for it, then also you can look for a community where you are going to study. So you can look for a right community for you, which is going to fall under RCIP. So you can look for it. Or if you are already inside Canada, then you can shift there to get your PR. If you are a student somewhere else, then your spouse can shift to these communities to get your PR. So depending upon your scenario, you can decide how you are going to get your PR through RCIP. So it is a really useful, really good program, and as it is a new pilot program now with a new name, so there are going to be good number of invitations in this particular program as well. Also, if you submitted your file under RNIP and you completed your experience earlier as well, in that case as well, you can fall under this particular program and you can recreate your profile and you can get an invitation and you can redo everything to submit your file and to complete your file here as well. So the bottom line is, if your community is going to support you for your PR, you are going to get your PR through this particular program. Next important part is, if you are going to get your PR through experience, you are getting 1 year of experience. In that case, what kind of job you can do? So you require to do a full-time job. It should be a full-time job. And it can be on any tier level, tier 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything is fine. You can do any kind of job, but it should be in the priority sector listed in that particular community. So you need to check labor shortage sector in a particular community before starting working. Level of job is fine, but you can do any kind of job, any level of job. It should be on the tier level, tier 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost everything is covered in that. So below tier, I don't think that there is going to be any kind of full-time job available. So you can get the job offer letter on these levels. So level of job is not a problem, but it should be in the labor shortage sector, which is listed on the website of that particular community. Also, you can visit the community office. You can send them email as well and get the confirmation what kind of job you should do so that you can get your PR through that particular community under this particular program. So you can choose any level of job, but not every job profile. You need to choose the job profile carefully, but level of job is not a problem in this particular program. Second method to get your PR through this particular program is through study. So you can study, and then in that case you don't require work experience. Even if you don't have work experience, still you can get your PR under this particular program. What you need to do, you need to complete a 2 year of diploma, PG diploma or UG diploma program, at least 2 year of study in last 18 months. And then you can apply for your PR under this particular program. So if that is there, you can easily become eligible. You don't require experience. If you are getting experience, that is again good, better for you, better for your profile. But even if you don't have experience, you are completing 2 year of study, then you don't require experience to get your PR through this particular program. Or you are completing 2 year or 1 year of master degree, then in that case as well, you will become eligible to apply for your PR immediately after completing your study. You do not require experience. As I have already explained, if you are married, then in that case, husband or wife both can apply for PR in that scenario. If husband is studying, then husband will become eligible through this second method where husband doesn't require any experience to apply for PR under this program, and wife through the experience. So you can decide whether you are going to study here. Even if you are not studying, in that case, both of you, after getting your PG work permit or after applying for PG work permit, both of you can shift to a community, and there both of you can start getting experience. After getting your experience, full-time job, 1 year of experience, you will become eligible to get your PR through this program. I have made a detailed video on planning part as well, along with your study, how you can plan your PR in Canada. I'll share the link in the description as well. Watch that video, that is going to be really important for you. Along with that video, in this video as well, I am sharing how you can search for job nearby in communities which are near to the big cities. So you can live in the big cities and search for jobs in these small communities if they are near to the big cities. If they are far away from big cities, in that case you can avoid those type of communities, because finding the job there, going there and searching for the jobs, living there, it can become a big problem for you. So you can choose your community really carefully, and I will help you in this particular video in choosing your community as well. Next requirement is language requirement to get your PR, and language requirement is not much. CLB 6, CLB 5, CLB 4, depending upon the level of job, quite less, means you don't require much in the IELTS. Almost anyone can clear it, so it should not become a problem for you. Also, your education, previous education doesn't matter as well. So you require a master's degree to get your PR, it doesn't matter. You require a bachelor degree. Even if you just have a 12th education, high school, that's also fine to get PR. So eligibility wise, it doesn't matter. If you are completing your experience or completing a UG diploma, completing a master's, so anyway you are going to get your PR. You don't require a really great profile to get PR under this program. In fact, the English language requirement is not high as well. It is quite low, and you can take any test. RCIP general is the easiest test, I believe. You can take this test and you can clear it quite easily. Pearson, PTE core you can take, or IELTS general you can take. So you can choose your test, which test you are going to take. But for me, if you are going to prepare for RCIP general, then you can clear the test quite easily. It is easier compared to PTE and IELTS as well. So you can target this particular test. And of course, for your PG work permit as well, for that as well, you require to take this test. So whenever you are ready to apply for PG work permit, take this test carefully, prepare for it in the best possible way, and the same test will be used for your PR application as well. That's how you can make use of your English preparation test for PG work permit for your PR application as well. Next is the funds requirement for this particular program. It is again very less, similar to English language test. So fund requirement is also quite less. When you are going to apply for your express entry, that time the fund requirement is quite high, but here the fund requirement is quite less, so you can easily get this amount of fund. If you are working in Canada, then you can skip this particular part as well. That's also perfectly fine. But if you are not working in Canada, in that case as well, fund requirement is quite less, just $8,000 for one applicant, $10,000 for two. For 3, it is around $12,000, $15,000 for a family of 4. So you can easily manage these funds even if you are not working. If you are working in Canada, then you can skip this particular part. You can show that I am working in Canada, I am already having a job, so I don't require this type of funds. So you can compensate this financial requirement through your job as well. It is possible if you are working in Canada. Next part is related to the work permit in this particular pilot program. So work permit, yes, you can take a work permit while you are waiting for your PR in Canada. So this is just like the bridging work permit. So as soon as you get the reference letter from the community, if they are ready to support you for your PR, as soon as you get that letter, you can apply for your work permit. If you are already on work permit, then you can apply for the extension. I believe you are going to be on work permit in Canada when you are applying for this particular program. So if you are completing your study, getting your experience in Canada, of course, if it is ending or already ended, then in that case, it will become a fresh work permit application. But if that is not the scenario, in most cases, it is going to be work permit extension application, and you can get an extension of 2 years. And it should be enough to get your PR in Canada through express entry as well, because you are going to submit the reference letter, support letter, which you are getting from the community. You are going to submit it to IRCC in express entry, and you are going to get the PR of the entire Canada. But this work permit is going to be for just this community in which you are working right now, the community which is giving you the support letter. So yes, you are going to get 2 years of valid work permit. You can get it, and you can get it for the spouse as well. It is possible, it is not a problem. Also, for this particular work permit, you require to have a job offer from the employer as well, legitimate employer as well. So if that is there, in that case you will get the extension of work permit, and it should be enough time for you to get your PR in 2 years. If you are getting this extension, you are good to go. There is no problem in that. Next part is related to the work permit of the spouse or common law partner. Yes, you are eligible to get it, but you require to meet all the requirements of spouse upon work permit or spouse upon work permit extension. There are no separate rules for that. So yes, of course you will be eligible, but you require to meet the criteria of SOWP. Right now the criteria is tier 0, tier 1, tier 2 or 3 in specific jobs. If you are meeting these requirements, in that case, yes, you can apply for SOWP extension as well. Or spouse can become the independent applicant and get open work permit or any other work permit through other medium. So that of course can be done. But if you want to apply for spouse open work permit or spouse open work permit extension, then you need to meet the basic criteria to apply for spouse open work permit. How to apply for work permit? So yes, you can apply it from inside Canada or from outside Canada, but most applications are going to be from inside Canada. Doing it from outside Canada, yes, on paper it looks possible, but usually it doesn't happen. From outside, getting a job offer from a community which is inside Canada is not really possible. After getting the invitation letter from the community without having the experience, then you need to get the reference letter or support letter from the community as well. Again, that is next level difficult. So it is not easy to get it from outside. Mostly people who are inside Canada, they will be eligible to apply for it, and it will be possible for them to get their PR through this particular pathway. In RNIP as well, many people thought that they are going to get PR from outside, even if they are outside Canada, but it didn't happen, I guess, for anyone who is outside Canada. Whosoever was inside Canada got the experience in Canada in those communities, and they completed their study under RNIP under those communities, and then they got their PR in Canada. So I feel that it is mostly for the people who are inside Canada. It is going to benefit these people, not the people who are outside Canada. Now I am starting to discuss something which no one is discussing about. No one discuss about mostly these type of things, but this is quite interesting to me. So I am going to discuss about all the communities here. So one thing is quite interesting for me. If I want to work in these particular communities, for example, this is one community, this is the first community, it is near Halifax. So if you want to work in Nova Scotia, if you want to get my PR, in that case, how to make it possible? First thing is you need to shift there, you need to get a work, any job there in this particular community. So if you get work there, in that case, you can think about moving there. In this search of a job and then living there, you need to go there, stay there, or you need to commute multiple times to do all those kind of things. And you need to have a car as well. I always say car is an asset in Canada. Must take it. I made a detailed video on car as well. So must watch that particular video. And here you will see the benefit of having a car. It is really, really important for you to have a car in Canada. Let's take an example. Suppose you are living in Halifax and you are thinking that you are going to fall under any kind of Atlantic program, either Nova Scotia PNP or Atlantic PNP, any PNP. Okay, so you thought about it and you shifted to Halifax. Now you want to increase your chances further, because you will ultimately, if you are working there in Nova Scotia, in that case you will fall under previous programs as well, which you thought earlier. But if you are moving to this particular community, then one more program will be added for you. So if you are getting similar kind of job in a smaller community and you shift to this particular new community which is in RCIP program, in that case, you can add one more option for your PR. So you will fall under Atlantic Pilot as well. You will fall under Nova Scotia PNP as well. And you will additionally fall under RCIP as well. So you can think about it. So as this community is just 2 hours away from Halifax, you can land in Halifax and go there, search for the job in this particular community. As soon as you get a job, then you can shift either one by one if you are married, or if you are single, in that case you can shift to this particular community after getting your job. Or for some time you can just commute just to do your job for 1 week, 10 days, 15 days. And if you like everything, if you like the employer, in that case you can shift there permanently. So that's how location of these communities can help you in deciding whether you are going to go for this particular program or not. Next is North Bay. North Bay is in Ontario, and from Toronto the distance is approximately 3 hours 30 minutes. So you can decide whether I am going to search for a job in North Bay or not. North Bay is also having colleges and universities. You can go for those options as well. So we can discuss about it. If you are going to apply for Canada study visa, if you are ready to apply for it, in that case you can think about it. So you can go for North Bay for study, and after completing your study you can apply for RCIP after completing your study there in North Bay. So North Bay is 3 hours 30 minutes away. So still you can commute from Toronto. If you are living anywhere in GTA, You can commute there, search for job, stay there for 1 or 2 days. It's not that far that you need to plan it separately. On a weekend, you can go there, search for jobs, stay there for a few days, and look if there are any jobs available in North Bay to get your PR. Next one is Sudbury. Sudbury is also near to North Bay. It's not that far. It is 4 hours away from GTA. So if you are living in GTA, in that case, you can make a plan for North Bay and Sudbury. You can plan a trip for both the locations. You can cover both the locations and look for the options to get your job and then get your PR as well. Also, you can book an appointment in the office of community as well. And you can go there, you can discuss what kind of options are available, what kind of jobs you can do, if they can help you in any way, and whether they are going to support you in future for their PR, how many options are available, how many invitations they are going to issue in next 2 years. So you can ask for so many things if you are going to have an appointment with them. So you can look for those things as well during your visit. But my recommendation is do visit to these locations before assuming anything about these communities. Many times we prepare a picture about the communities in our mind that there won't be any job, it is going to be costly or it is going to be less costly. No, don't prepare any picture of any particular place in your mind. I have visited Victoria, I have visited Brentwood Way where I was living, and I had really vague idea about Victoria, Brentwood Way. Ultimately, I liked the place so much that I am dying to go back to Canada and live in Brentwood Way. And before that, before landing there, when I was searching like this on Google Maps, I was like, no, it is so far from Victoria, I don't want to live at that place. But ultimately, when we started living in Brentwood Way, we liked the place so much. It is awesome. And of course, there was a job, permanent job available in that community all the time. And there were many jobs available. It was a small community, but there were so many jobs available all the time in that particular community because most of the students in Victoria were not willing to live in Brentwood Way and they were leaving jobs quite quickly. So small communities can surprise you in a positive way. So must visit these communities before deciding anything about these communities. Next is 7 hours away. It is Timmins. So you can go for Timmins as well. I guess there are no colleges or universities in Timmins. You can find more options of work in Timmins because colleges and universities are not there. Algoma University is there, but they don't take international students in Timmins campus. So in that case, there can be more options of job if you are going to live in Timmins. So you can go for job search in Timmins as well. So you can plan a trip. Then next is Salt Mary. Salt Mary, of course, it has Salt College. It has Algoma University Salt campus as well. I myself, I have visited Algoma University and Salt Mary, this community as well. Really beautiful, really nice community. Cost of living is also really less and there are jobs available in this particular community. But because there are colleges and universities in this particular community, so you need to be really sure that whether you are going to get a job, because if there is college or university in a particular community, in that case most of the students grab part-time jobs and it becomes highly competitive as well. So if you are going to complete your study, then of course choose this particular community. You can complete your master degree in Algoma University, then of course it is a really good option. You can go for Salt College as well in this particular community. So that is a good option if you are going to study. But if you are going to search for a job after getting your work permit or after applying for your work permit, in that case it is better to go to a community where colleges are not there, universities are not there, where students are not there. Then you will get more options to get your job and job will be permanent as well. Next community in Ontario is Thunder Bay. It is 15 hours away from Toronto, quite far away. So it is far away from Salt Mary. So you can decide whether you are going to go for this particular community. Here colleges and universities are also there in Thunder Bay, so you can go for options of study as well and you can go for options of work as well. So you can decide whether you are going to go for this particular community, but it is bit away from GTA, from Toronto, so you can decide whether you are going to go there or not. Next community is Sainbach. It is in Manitoba. It is just 1 hour away from Winnipeg. That's it. Winnipeg is the biggest city here in Manitoba, so it is just 1 hour away. Small community is there. You can commute there easily for work, to do your work every day or to search for work as well. So it is quite easy to stay in Winnipeg. You can move there, apply for your PR, look for options for your PR in Winnipeg in normal PNP options, and you can look for your options here in this particular community as well. There are no colleges, I guess, in this particular community. I haven't heard of any college here in this particular community. So competition is going to be less. If you are going to move earlier and get a permanent full-time job, in that case you can easily complete your 1 year of experience in this particular community. And you can keep living in Winnipeg as well for some time and later on you can permanently shift there. So it can become a really good option to move in Winnipeg because it gives you dual option to get your PR through PNP, Manitoba PNP, and through this particular program if you are going to get a job here in this particular community. You can keep looking for job in this community for a longer duration as well. So you can look this month, next to next month. So you can keep looking 6 months, 1 year. Whenever you get a job, you can shift here. And again, you will get benefit of both. You can get benefit of PNP and RCIP. So both programs will be eligible for you and you can apply under any program to get your PR in Canada. Next community is Altona. It is again in Manitoba and it is just 1.5 hours away from Winnipeg. Again, quite near to Winnipeg. Same thing. You can search for job here and you can become eligible to apply for your PR under PNP or RCIP. So both the options will be available for you. Next community is Brandon, again in Manitoba, and it is 3 hours away from Winnipeg. You can live in this particular community as well. Already I found a student who is living in this particular community, and population is also really good. It is around 51,000, more than 50,000 population is there. If the population is 50,000, there are going to be good number of opportunities for job. So if you are going to live in Brandon, in that case you can get RCIP and again benefit of PNP as well. So these three communities are not far from the center or the big city, which is Winnipeg, and you can easily commute for your job if you are going to live in Winnipeg. So it becomes a really good option. If communities are not far from the big city, it becomes a really good option for you to go there, search for job, come back and still keep doing job in the main city. Or you can keep living in the main city as well and search for the job and commute for the job every day. So you can decide for that as well. Next community is in Saskatchewan. It is Moose Jaw, name of the community, and it is near to the Regina. Regina is a big city. So it is near to Regina, just 1 hour away from Regina. So you can live in Regina, look for the option of PR and commute to Moose Jaw to search for a job, and then you can permanently shift there as well. If you feel that you are getting a full-time job, there is no problem in that. So you can decide for that as well. Next community is Clarsholm. It is in Alberta. It is near to Calgary and the distance is just 1.5 hours away. That's it. So you can shift to this particular community as well. It is in the south of Calgary. So you can live in Calgary, search for the jobs. Alberta of course has many invitations. They give many invitations for PNP. So you can shift to Calgary. If you are already living in Calgary, then you can start searching for the jobs in this particular community. If you get a job there, of course, I believe that there are no colleges in this small community. If you get a full-time job there, in that case, yes, you can shift there as well. And later on, you can apply for your PR through this new pilot program. Next, we move towards British Columbia. So all the communities in British Columbia, they are really far away from Vancouver. Vancouver is the biggest city in British Columbia. But if the community is not near to the city, in that case, it becomes really difficult to commute there and search for job or to stay there. So you need to permanently shift there, search for job. So if you, unless you have that reference, it is really difficult to shift to this type of communities. So Kootenay Bay is first community and distance is 9 hours, more than 9 hours you can say. From Vancouver. So this is one community. It is really far away from Vancouver. So the distance is too much and you can't really commute in routine to search for a job in this particular community. Similarly, North Okanagan is there, and here as well it is 6 hours away from Vancouver. Again, same thing, you can't commute there to search for a job. You need to go there for a few days and then you can search for a job, or you need to have some reference there. Without that, you won't be able to get a job. Next community is Peace Laird. That is the name of the community, and it is 14 hours away from Vancouver. Really far away. So if you are going to look for any community in British Columbia, then it is going to be really difficult for you to search for a job because you can't really commute by car to these places. You need to look for some reference in these places to get a job, or if the job is available, you get the job offer letter, then you can shift there. To search for a job, if you want to go there, in that case, you need to plan a trip of 7, 10, 15 days. You need to stay there, you need to spend a lot of money, then only you will be able to find the job there. So considering communities in British Columbia is not that easy, but because it is going to be difficult to search for job in these particular communities, of course, you can go there. Competition is going to be really less because not many people are going to approach these communities which are far away from Vancouver. It's not easy to commute and you don't have any reference. So of course, if you are going to go there, if you are going to do those efforts, spend money, or you are going to prepare any trip with your family, so of course you can go there, search for jobs, and it can be really fruitful for you. But it is going to be an expensive thing because if you are going to stay in this type of location, then you need to spend money for a few days. You can't really commute on the same day, going there for 1 hour and coming back 1 hour, and you can spend some time there in that particular community to search for job. It cannot be done in a day. It is not possible. So if you are going to spend 10, 12 hours to go to a particular location in a car, then you want to stay there for a few days and then make all the arrangements for your job so that you can get your PR. You need to discuss many things with the employer as well. You need to get the assurance as well. You need to look for accommodation and then PR support from the community. So you need to look for many things, and it cannot be done in the same day. But if the community is near to the city, in that case you can commute the same day, and you can go on multiple days as well, or weekends as well, or multiple times. So it can be done easily if the community is near to the city. So there are benefits of this type of things as well when the community is away, but community is easier if it is near to the city. So that's it for this particular video. If you want to apply with me for any visa, if it is Canada study visa with spouse, with family, we can do it from outside Canada. It is very much possible. It's not a problem. We have done Canada study visa at age 51, 55 as well. Even though in this particular scenario, when study visa, spouse visa refusal rate is higher in particular scenario, because Canadian immigration, as they are trying to decrease the number of temporary immigrants in Canada, still in this scenario as well, we are getting acceptances for Canada even when the age is quite high. So we can take care of any kind of complex cases. Even after multiple refusals, it is not a problem. So we can take care of any type of complexity in your case. Also, if you are inside Canada, you want to apply for PG work permit, SOWP extension, or SOWP from outside Canada, or your PR application inside Canada, we can take care of all kind of applications. Along with this particular program, if you want to know how you can plan your Canada journey better along with your study, then this is the video for you. I will share the link of this particular video in description as well, so you can watch that video. It is going to be really useful for you, and it can help you in getting your PR really quickly. Thank you so much for watching this video till then. See you in next video.